As of 1.2, Seth is the first defense unit to directly buff anomaly units. He boasts a decent shield but makes up for it in his buffs and debuffs. He not only gives the wearer some AP, but also reduces his target's elemental resistances. We'll be learning the basics, followed up by teams, then builds. For his traces, I recommend leveling up his assist, basic, and skill. Now, on with the video. When Seth uses his EX special, he gains a shield that's equal to a percentage of his attack that lasts for 25 seconds. Upon using your EX special, Seth gains resolve. Having enough resolve will let you activate his held basic attack. When Seth does a chain attack or lands a held basic attack and does a quick assist, he transfers the shield to the swapped in teammate. The shield not only protects the wearer but also gives them anomaly proficiency. When another character in your squad shares the same attribute or faction, when Seth's chain attack or held basic hits an enemy, their anomaly buildup resistance to all attributes is reduced by 20% for 20 seconds. Now for his basics. Seth has a 4-hit combo, but will only be using his held basic and EX special. To gain resolve, you can either tap or hold the EX special. Tapping or holding the EX special does not affect how much resolve he obtains. Seth is a defense unit that focuses on shields and boosting AP, so his preferred teammates are anomaly units, right? It's not exactly that simple. You've probably heard the term on-field and off-field before, whether it's from my video or someone else's. In short, if the character is an on-field unit, that character prefers to be active, while the off-field unit prefers to be passive. A good example is Jane and Bernice. Jane is the preferred on-field as her anomaly buildup is based off of her basic attacks and isn't energy reliant. Bernice on the other hand is all about using her energy to apply and reapply her passive to deal anomaly damage passively. Now that that's been settled, let's get into the teams. These teams will depend on who you pulled, but I will give you some recommendations based on whoever you don't have. Of course, I will always recommend Jane and Seth with Grace or Bernice. And the same goes for Grace and Seth and Bernice and Seth. Now, if you didn't pull Bernice, it is slightly clunky with Jane and Grace as they're both on-field units, but in this case Jane is the on-field while Grace is the off-field. But let's say you didn't pull for a second anomaly unit and only have one of the three. Then a support like Rena or Nicole is always a good option. Rena matches with Seth, so you'll have good anomaly buildup from those two plus a Bang Boo like Officer Kui or Plug Boo. But if you have Grace, then Nicole will be the better choice. With the help of Razana Boo or Devil Boo for Ether anomaly buildup, you can do insane numbers with ease. It won't be as strong, but it'll still do numbers. For the build, I recommend 4-piece Proto and 2-piece Swing Jazz. You can also go 4-piece Freedom with 2-piece Swing Jazz if you're using an electric anomaly unit like Grace in your team. For 1 to 3, I recommend attack percent and AP subs. For 4 to 6, I recommend attack percent or AP, attack percent again, and finally energy regen or anomaly mastery. For W engines, Seth scales with attack percent and loves energy regen, so we'll be keeping those in mind when choosing our best in slot. Seth's signature is his best in slot, following up with Bunny Band. I didn't mention Spring Embrace because it requires the wearer to be on field for them to have the buff, so it won't really work on him. For his Mindscapes, I recommend getting him up to M2 as it provides nice quality of life to his kit. His M1 increases his shield's maximum strength by 30% and his buff from his core passive lasts for 10 more seconds after it expires. Next, his M2 allows Seth to start the battle with resolve, allowing him to use his held basic immediately. Seth's M4 increases his defense assist days by 25%, and finally, for his M6, Seth's held basic deals additional damage equal to 500% of his attack. It also is guaranteed to crit, and the move's crit damage is increased by 60%. Overall, Seth is a pretty powerful buffer slash debuffer that unlocks the potential of his anomaly teammates. He is a little clunky here and there, but his utility more than makes up the difference. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know what kind of videos you want me to make next. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Just in position. Okay.
Wanna help me test this? We're ready for a fiery feast!
Execution continue!